All right, so as some people are aware, I have been locked into EVO, the biggest fighting game tournament of the year has finally concluded, and during it I was seeing rumblings. I don't know if you guys have been seeing rumblings, but I've been seeing some tremors of activity on the timeline, and I'm kind of thankful that I just wasn't present for it because my goodness. Here I thought that Vegeta and Trunks were a pretty solid release. Here I thought that Int Gogeta was a pretty solid release, but all over my timeline while I'm watching EVO, while I'm enjoying the peak of fighting games, while I'm getting all of this new information, getting so hyped up, I'm seeing, oh, Vegeta and Trunks are taking damage, what's happening? And I'm here to ask you guys, because maybe I don't get it, what is happening? Is the sky falling? Is it over? Because, and here's what this video is actually about, because it's not just about like, oh, what could they do better for Vegeta and Trunks? Are Vegeta and Trunks strong enough? Oh, you know, click here, Vegeta and Trunks so bad. Instead I want to talk about, well, first I'm gonna go over these tweets, but instead of talking about that, instead of being like, oh, they could have made them 20% better here and 30% better there, and oh no, everyone's just stupid, I want to talk about like the state of Dokkan battle right now and why I think it's very confusing for people. Yes, I said confusing. I don't think they're dumb, stupid idiots. Oh, those losers who don't have my opinion. No, no, no. What I'm just going to say is that I think the state of Dokkan battle right now is confusing people, and it's because Dokkan as a game is usually really easy. And not to say that it's like hard right now, you know, that everything is just so difficult and you're making so many decisions or anything. Dokkan is not a very complicated game, but things are usually much easier. You put good character on team, you win the whole fight. There's no choices, no decision making, etc., etc. It's just nice and clean. So here we have Minato. Yes, that Minato from the Nanogenics Ultimate Storm series. Saying, I've seen at least 5 deer related posts today and they're all from Vector. This is truly a DB fans have one joke moment, and I'm glad Minato is saying it, because if I spoke, everyone watching this video right now, and if you're still watching this video, thank you very much. Subscribe or like the video if you are still watching. It would help me out a lot. But I am Mr. tired of like the one joke thing that Dragon Ball fans do. I'm the one who doesn't want to have any fun. I'm sorry. I know it's me. And DaTruth said it literally never made any sense when they were doing this years ago. Vegeta and Trunks originally were one of the strongest offensive units ever. We switch over to here to see Apple post Vector on his way to sucking unsucked cock, which is crazy. If I was Vector personally, I'd have to slide. But you know what, with my schedule being what it is, I know you can't just be out here sliding on anyone who says some crazy shit to you. But I'm just saying this is one of those examples of motherfuckers greasing it a little too hard. I'll say that. DaTruth and Halvard here. You have extremely dog shit takes. You've surpassed Vector and Alan pretty easily. Let's see if you can go get past Rhodey next. I thought this was really funny. The Bomber has made this post unavailable. I didn't even get to see it. I'm telling y'all, I was watching EVO in my chair, enjoying myself watching EVO while everyone just lost their minds. DaTruth says Rhodey is unbeatable. I'm sorry. To which Rhodey's like, how dare you? Which is hilarious because I mean, come on. This is one of the things that Dokkan, sidebar, this is one of the things that Dokkan Twitter does, where it's like, how are my takes bad? Everyone's only ever telling me my takes are bad. What happened? How could this be? It snuck in on me. So that's very funny to see. But let me switch over to the crux, the main point of this video, and we can talk about my opinion on what I've been seeing instead of just yapping. So here is the devil in all of his misgivings, Super Saiyan God Vegeta and Super Saiyan Trunks, who recently got an EZA and look fine to me, but I guess like we're in that Dokkan space where everyone's a little antsy, because what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 stages that are all pretty difficult. Oh, but you can go through it with Omega and beat them first or second try, no problem, sure. Oh, but you can go through it and beat them first or second try with Gogeta's team, sure. Oh, but you can, yeah. We get it. We all get it. The thing about it is, though, is that because there is variance, because each of these stages hits extremely hard, These stages hit really hard. They lock. You know, they stun. They do 1 billion damage. They stun. They do 1 billion damage. They lock. They do AoEs. Because there's a lot of variance in the game right now. You know, here we have like a sequential order boss, but obviously he hits extremely hard. It's like 13 million or something. I can't remember. But because we have a lot of variance, both in design and in the actual runs themselves, you know, Tech Goku gets locked in slot 1, the run's over, go again. Tech blah blah blah. And because they don't have a limits, people are just spamming down these fights, looking for clips, looking for attention, and it's caused this sort of issue where we've got a pretty hyped character making a return, right? I remember when I first got this character. This was one of the first characters I ever got in all of Dokkan Battle. I was so excited. I was like, whoa, this is crazy, right? Because we have a lot of people spamming these events, looking for tweets, looking for clips, looking for, you know, agendas, you know, looking to pass the time, essentially. We have a lot of opinions floating around. I'm sorry to be the person to say this, but this is one of the single craziest lines of text in Dokkan Battle right now. Not because it's on a character who's just invincible and he can't be stopped, but because it's in a vacuum, it's a, you know, unabashedly powerful thing that exists, right? I don't see the reason why we're making such a big deal out of their performance when they die about as much as almost any other character. Sans Gogeta, I guess. They do what they're intended to do, which is make a bunch of characters meaningful in Festival of Battles, I guess. You know, they essentially crush Festival of Battles. A lot of people, if you guys weren't aware, a lot of people thought the Festival of Battles was going to wait until, and we'll look around here. A lot of people, including Truth, were saying, you know, wait until these guys EZA, and then get your first Festival of Battles win. These guys are going to be literally insane. They're anniversary LRs, they're going to DFE LRs. They're going to be literally insane. But what we got instead were Vegeta and Trunks, who do that job as well. So they can beat all the content in the game. They don't really struggle. Sure, they'll get locked and fraud you, probably, I guess. But sure, they'll get locked and fraud you is what Dokkan is right now. And we go back to the point I'm always trying to make, which is if you are playing Dokkan, let's go to the events page right now. Say you're new, you want to play some Dokkan, or say you're old, say you've been playing for 8 years and you love Dokkan, but you think the new fights are just too hard, I lose all the time. Great fucking news, y'all. Great news. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to go to this screen right here. You're gonna want to pick on, I don't know, let's say Goku story, Vegeta story, and just click on stage 1 right here and do this stage. Bunch of HP, just click on stage 2 right here, do this stage. Why do people think that in 2025 they're adding stages for you to auto? We are clearly in a different space regarding the characters and teams that we have in Dokkan, where characters can get caught, where you need to be mindful of your actives, and you need to take risks and risk assess to get through these stages, because Dokkan is not a complicated enough game that they could add actual like skill checks. There's not really a skill check in Dokkan. You need to read. You need to do a read check. Remember a few weeks ago when people didn't know what the fuck this character did? They didn't read him? Or Future Soccer Category Ally, remember this? That's the skill in Dokkan, you need to read. Beyond that, they cannot really, if they want to continue, I could tell you how to make Dokkan a more skillful game, but they don't want to do it. So if they want to just add variance and reading checks, you need to understand that a part of Dokkan is just risk assessment because the game is RNG. Team building to some extent, but obviously using weaker characters regardless of quote-unquote team building is never going to, you know, work out super favorably. But that's Dokkan. This isn't a conversation. Them power creeping away the content they just released, and of course we are still waiting. Well, first of all, I'll just say this fight is pretty tough too. You know, it's a nice hard fight. Nice hard long fight. But of course, we are also waiting for this, I believe, still. Again, I don't remember. I was literally watching Evo all weekend. But we're still waiting on this. And these are our fights. These might be our fights for the next 5 months. Do you understand me? 5 months this might be our content. Why would they release an EZA who just shits on it? When there are an infinite amount of other examples you can bring up right now of characters who get caught and killed. People were saying that like Rose and Zamasu and Goku and Vegeta weren't strong enough because they could get caught and killed in the new content, but while other characters were stomping it. But for some reason, they also wanted me to believe that, and can we find them really quickly? They also wanted me to believe that this character, who is extremely good, by the way, was just invincible in these fights, even though this character dies on turn 3 regularly. Oh, just float him, get locked. Oh, well, if you get locked, then that doesn't count. Oh, okay, I guess kill myself, right? Like, what are we talking about? They clearly want to keep the variance and difficulty where it is, and this character is as good as they need to be, really. Throw defensive equips on them. You should have gotten them for free from farming the training in the cloud stage. What are we doing? Right? Like, they make this team just better. And this team is already crazy. You know, this is already one of the best teams in the game. So like, what are we doing? What are we actually talking about? I guess I just wanted to bring this up to say the issue isn't with the cards. It's with how people are thinking about the current content, which makes sense because, as I say time and time again, the worst thing you can do to the Dokkan battle community is actually give them a fight that challenges them, that kills these characters, because they turn it into a conversation that it's not. This does not make characters look worse. It makes you play the game. They want you on the app. There's going to be times where variance gets you. That's just it. I get that it might suck to lose a run and have to go back in, but I'm just gonna keep saying this. If you want to auto a fight and just watch the pretty animations, click right here. This is a year-old fight. Click right there. Ooh, that look good. Oh, you want a longer fight? Well, I guess if you want to see animations that are longer, click on one of these fights that are like old and, you know, aren't hard anymore. Yeah, this won't kill you. Click on this. 245 million health. Go nuts, dude. Watch all the animations you want. No, I want to do the new fights, but I also want to auto them. Like, okay. What are you asking for at some point? What is the thing that is being asked anymore? You know what I mean? Use items. Well, no, I don't want to use items because Truth doesn't use items as well. What is the game you want to play here? You know what I mean? Like, it's so stupid. We're at the point where, like I said, it should be pretty obvious. Oh my god, Lil Yachty's trending? I gotta check that out. It should be at the point where it's pretty obvious. I just do easier fights if you always want to win, and leave the hard quote unquote fights for the big boys. You know, like, this isn't rocket science. Do you want them to release, like, I don't know. We've got 5 months of these fights coming up, probably. They're not just going to flatten them now. We're literally not even out of the celebration. Okay? All that, like, oh, name me the last time a DFE, you know, raises my eyebrow, tips my fedora. Name me the last time a DFE came out and couldn't beat the recent fight. Bitch! All of these guys can beat the recent fights. What are we talking about? God, I hate that argument. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the club. We all go make it. I've been Lone, and peace.